comb that beard out, man. I notice my beard always looks weird on camera. It looks lopsided a lot on camera from whatever the weird angle is, and I'll look in the mirror. It's fine. It's weird. Got my venti cold brew. Just a little heavy creamer for texture and taste. And then 2 stevia. I don't think they stirred it though. Bastards. It's cloudy, but it's a little warm. I just couldn't see myself drinking a hot coffee. I've been sick since Monday. Anyways, I hope everyone is doing okay out there. Yeah, Monday at work, I had a sore throat. Monday night, the fever came on. It was around Wednesday, the fever went away permanently, and then I developed a cough. I'm still coughing. It's a little better right now because I took some medicine that seems to be working. And I probably shouldn't be smoking a pipe, but I do. I don't care. This won't last. Man, I go through cold brew coffee like nothing else. Oh, riveted. Crap. That's all she wrote. Anyways, I got me some LJ Peretti number 8 slices. I don't want to get on here. Yeah, I do. What am I thinking? Got me some of that there LJ Peretti number 8 slices. It's got some burley. It's got some Perique. It's got some Virginia. I got my Beansy 316 door and pipe. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I have no clue why I took this out of my pipe roll. I don't need it. I don't even have tobacco in my pipe. I took the pipe cleaner out because I do stuff like that when I'm talking. I'm horrible, by the way. If we're ever on a road trip together and you want me to not pass my exit or my turns, don't let me drive and have a conversation with me because I'll just keep driving straight. My boss called me the other day and I was coming to work like 3 exits before my exit. And I was just talking to him. Then I went like 2 exits past my exit. I hung up. I was like, where am I? Oh my God. Oh my, oh me. I broke the cake up. It comes in these little flake-like looking. I mean, this is not. I broke it. It looks like a regular flake, but a long one. But they're actually like pressed cakes. It's like putting 2 or 3 flakes together. Normal size flakes. Normal size flakes. It's real sour too. Like it smells sour. It's real sour. Anyways, I've smoked this quite a bit, and I do like it. I'll just tell you now. But there's been a lot of LJ Peretti. I don't care for it. It's just meh. And I hate that too, because there's a lot of blends that I've smoked I don't really care for, but I want to get it on the record. And today I had a bunch of Countryside, and I'm like, man, I've got like, well, thanks to smoking cardboard. Now I have like 100 different blends I want to review. And there's a lot of those blends, as I'm sure you all know, who've been in this, who've been tobacco smokers for a while. So a lot of those blends are going to disagree with you. No, I don't necessarily dislike them, but a lot of those blends, well, some of them I don't like for sure, but a lot of them I just don't, there's just nothing special to it. It's nothing I'd repurchase, or I don't have a place for it. It's too similar or familiar to other blends that I think do the same thing better, so I don't have a place for it in my rotation. Which is to be expected. This reminds me of when I was a teenager trying to roll a doobie and drive. I was never very good at rolling doobies, but I could get her done. You know what I mean? It's weird. I was better at rolling doobies when I was a preteen than I ever was as a teenager. I don't know why that is. But geez, Rinky Dink, when did you start smoking weed? I had an older brother and sister, so you have to understand. I was doing things at an age way younger than I should have been doing things, like 11 and 12. And that's no fault of my mother, by the way. I was raised right. I was just a little shit. I really can't smoke weed anymore, but I'm very sensitive to it. I almost liken it to like psilocybin, if you've ever done psilocybin. The first couple of times you do it, it's fun because you don't know it's real. Like you have an association with it, like, oh, it's a drug. It's like getting silly. Makes you feel funny. When you're young, usually. And then as you begin to familiarize yourself with it, you start realizing, oh, how to break this down, I don't know. I'd have to go quote some Terrence McKenna or something, but you realize real quick that it's not so much that it's removing you from your familiarity. I can't say that word. It removes your familiar environment and places you in a foreign environment that you haven't been trained. Your ego hasn't learned how to constitute itself in. So you're vulnerable and you're stripped of a true sense of place or status in that environment. It's very unfamiliar. I mean, the more naive you are to how real it is, the easier it is to enjoy your trip. But for those that enter that domain frequently, they understand what it is. It's not a trip. It's like my IO, my white balance can't handle the clouds behind me, the light. ISO. I haven't played with cameras in so long, I forget most of the terminology. Shutter speed and f-stop and my pipe's here. See, Father Brian thought he was the only one that did that. But no, I do that too. Anyways, I'm just saying, in the everyday happy-go-lucky world, your ego, your internal person is so familiar with it, you develop a identity in those things where you know who you are, you know where you belong, and you have a sense of identity. It's familiar, and psychedelics will quickly remove you from that comfortable, familiar environment, though you're fully intellectually intact. It's not like you lose your faculties. It's just you, 'cause, 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 ' This is always harder to It's one thing I used to like about Terrence McKenna. I used to really listen to him a lot. He could explain shit I fully understood, but had no clue how to say. As a matter of fact, I could even listen to a whole podcast, and if someone said, "What was that about?" I'd be like, That guy had such a gift of gab. I have my moments, but they're not. Seldom are they. They're not reliable. I'm not a reliably articulate, eloquent person by any stretch of the imagination. I tend to do my best when I'm not working, getting good sleep, and I'm reading books frequently. And then for whatever reason, I can speak well. But just being a fucking slave, all that shit shuts down inside me, and I'm dead inside, and I just go through motions surviving. I love hearing the sound of children. I was driving through the neighborhood, leaving to come here. There's no kids outside. I saw one kid on a scooter. Whatever it was. Yeah, like some kind of scooter. And I saw one little girl on a bike. She was cute. She had a little helmet on. I thought she was cute. She pulled over to the curb and let me pass. I could tell her that her parents taught her how to do that, and I thought that was really cute. And I smiled at her. And then that's it. I didn't see any more children, and I was just so depressed about that. Kids are so magical, man. Like my mood, I can be depressed and drained, and if I hear the chatter of children in the distance just being magical the way they are, something inside me comes alive, and it's like I remember who I used to be and who I am, and it's magical. Children gotta be one of the most healing. The great part is I don't have to feed them. I don't have to raise them. God knows I have no business doing that. But if I just put myself within ears listening distance, instant healing. But I was driving through the neighborhood and I'm like, we all know video games and iPads and the internet and then social media, and this is why children don't tend to be outside playing as much or as often as they used to in the 80s and 90s and 70s and 60s. I mean, some of you are much older than me, but growing up in the 80s, man, the kids, we were outside. Whatever happened to those little sprinklers that would sit there and spin around, and the kids be out there running around, slip and slide, and just digging holes and building fortresses, and cops and robbers, and cowboys and Indians, and all that shit. Skinning up your knees and stubbing your toe. Come on! Get with it! Remember when your doorbell would ring or someone would knock on it and you'd all look at each other as a family just like, I wasn't expecting anybody, and it was kind of exciting. I wonder who it could be. Remember back before caller ID when the phone rang? You had no clue who was calling you. You had to just commit to it. You couldn't avoid somebody. I mean, you'd have to not answer the phone, but could be the publisher's clearinghouse. Isn't that what that was called? Those stupid big ass checks. I don't know if I'm parked horrible or this girl next to me is. She parked so close to me, and now she's trying to open her door. Now I'm making her feel awkward because I'm looking straight at her. And now the driver's laughing and she's laughing. I'm such a jerk. Anyways, it's great tobacco. I like it. I don't think I'm going to buy it again because it's too similar. It's not similar to London Flake. LJ Peretti London Flake. I like the London Flake better. This is nice. It's just It's good. I would definitely smoke it again. I'm just getting to the point to where it's like I can't seriously expect that every tobacco I like, I'm gonna keep that in my rotation. So, do you have any clue how many tobaccos there are? How are you gonna keep 300 tobaccos in your rotation? You can't do that. So this is good. I like the London Flake better. If I ever want to reach for it again and smoke it, I'll have this video to remind me that I like it. And it's sour, sweet and sour on the tongue. I'm sure it would age very well. A little spice for sure. It's smooth, but it's got some heat in the retrohale. Now, I am sick, and even though I've smoked this a lot, it may be bothering me a little more so now than it usually does. But I do like the sweetness on the tongue. Comes in real red wine, plummy. Anyways, my pipe tobacco reviews are pretty lame, I know. So far as the content surrounding the tobacco, I'll say it again. I don't necessarily care about the history of the tobacco. I do want to know what's in it, the brand, and I just kind of want to know if you like it or not, so that's just the way I do it. All those little details about what you taste and all that stuff is fine, but it doesn't mean I'm going to taste it. I mean, this really is a fabulous vapor. I mean, it's got a little burley in it, but for being what it is, I consider it a vapor. It's really good. I don't know, maybe I will buy it again. I don't know. Again, I just want to zero in on what I like. Top 10. And get those. But I still want to continue to try everything. So I guess that's what I'm doing. A little spicy in the mouth, too. Spicy on the tongue, spicy on the roof of the mouth. But that sweetness, that deep sour sweet fermentation, that smell that you can smell on the tobacco, you can actually taste in this. I like that. So I recommend this LJ Peretti number 8 slices for sure. It's a 2 thumbs up for the LJ Peretti number 8 slices. Go out and give her a try.